Welcome to Primo Review Center and a new to us 2020 248 RBS in Coachmen's Freedom Express series. This was always one of our best sellers in terms of a used style as well as new. And I want to start outside. Traditionally I'm going to start inside, but this one was always developed to allow you to be outside and to do so much more. I want to preface this video right off the top by saying if this unit holds any interest to you, this will not last long. I would highly suggest reach out right away if it's of interest. We'll let you know if it's still available because unfortunately these type of units typically don't last much more than a week for us. Very highly towable, so this comes in at 5,630 pounds, so it's very easy for a wide variety of vehicles to tow from a Ranger on up and many SUVs out there. It is something that, again, can be adapted to be off-grid too. It does have a port on the side, I'll show you in a second, for solar, but it has lots of roof space if you want to add things like solar panels in the future and kind of update it. But it is feature-packed and it has Asdel in the walls. It is a unit that was purchased from us. It was the second unit that this particular owner purchased from us. And the wonderful thing here is they traveled only really for a year and then found a campsite. So it does not have a lot of road wear and tear, and you're going to see that in the condition of it. So tip to tail, under 29 feet, so it's going to fit a lot of campsites, and the body itself is just a hair under 25, so you can book those 25 and under provincial park sites. So opening up the sites. Standard up front, we have a power jack that would have come with it. You've got two 20-pound tanks. You've got room for lots of batteries here, so there's one already with it, but room for more. We've got a battery cutoff switch up front, very handy when it's going into storage. Nice high-rise, 2-foot high stone guard here. And then we've got the built-in front cap, which really helps to cut down the maintenance. And you have the huge front windshield there. So something that just allows a ton of light into the bedroom and makes it feel much bigger. You've got 10 LED lights facing forward, so lots of lights. If you're coming in at night, you want to be able to hook up. I've always loved the storage on the Freedom Expresses. It's massive, huge storage. Plus you've got the built-in table and you've got a rope light running the full length of the unit. You can even see here under the bed, we have not wood framing, but actual aluminum framing, which is the same framing throughout the walls, which help to bring down that weight into that mid 5,000 pound range. Love the fact that we have the awning coming right next to that compartment and then running right up to our outside kitchen on the back. I mentioned a solar port here, so we've got a solar charge port here, so you can quickly adapt a 100-watt panel that you can then keep towards the front of the campsite, where traditionally, if you've got a fairly shady campsite, usually towards the tongue of the trailer, you're going to have that sunlight, so at least you're going to be able to take advantage of it if you do want to extend your stay. We can certainly help on that front, so if that's something of interest to you, please ask. We'll recommend some better batteries for you, and that way you can be out there for as long as you want. Awning fabric is in wonderful condition, so that's not full of mold and mildew, and certainly something that has to be replaced. You've got an LED strip light that still is perfectly fine, that runs the full length of the awning, so does what you want to do. It has the very modern steps, kind of the first year they offered them, so it has the anchor to the ground, so your stairs aren't moving all over the place. They flip into the body, so that's why they're not rusty and something that needs to be replaced. You've got the great grab handle here as well. You've got something to hold on to when you're on the road. Part of our reconditioning package here at Primo RV Center. These tires look absolutely fine to the average human. They are 5 years old. At 5 years, you change those tires, or the odds of having something like a blowout go, quite a bit higher than it should. So that is part of the package here. If you looked at the tread, you'd say, oh, well, they basically have another 5 years on them. That's not the way we do it here. We make sure that this trailer is going to be something that you can have, for a very long time if you keep maintaining it, and you're going to have a wonderful coach to travel long distances. So you're going to have 4 brand new tires here. So something that, we pride ourselves on. We do bearings and brakes and everything. So there is nothing to do on this unit once we turn it over to you until you get to the fall, and it's time to just, maybe do some touch-ups around windows and you check your sealants. But you're going to get a full season here to use it without having to do maintenance, which is great. So aluminum wheels standard. We've got a great little kitchen louvered window. We've got outside entertainment. We've got a couple speakers here, and you can choose on the stereo inside which you're on, inside or out. We've got a hot water tank here in the center of the 2 wheels. That's going to be electric and propane. We do have an out here for TV, so not only do you have an outside kitchen, but you could set up a little outside entertainment area here. And the big draw to this unit, and some of our most popular new units, actually our most popular new unit, typically has a kitchen like this on the back, so very, very popular, and that's what is going to drive this unit and have it leave us quickly. So if you're just stopping even at a picnic area in the road, you can flip this up. You've got a full sink. Great thing about this sink, it is plumbed into your gray tank, so that water is going to drain into that tank. You don't have to pull out the sink and dump it behind the trailer. You've got a great little spot here where you could have your coffee maker in the morning. Spice rack, Lots of room for the dishes you'll bring with you. There is a light here as well, so at nighttime you can be able to cook out here. We've got a built-in little Coleman. This one is a grill that you can cook on, but it also has a spot where you can, throw a pot of pasta or some rice, so you can kind of do everything on it, which is great. It just runs off the little independent green bottle, so you can also take it to picnic table, take it to the beach. You've got a great big outside fridge, so that particular fridge is just going to be electric. If you have power or generator, you can run that one. If you're just on batteries and solar, let's say, you're not going to be able to run that one, but very handy. Again, when you're in a park site, you can fill that with drinks for the day and snacks, and certainly have people help themselves if you're joining a crew. And then you've got a drawer here to keep all your utensils in. So very, very handy. You can really do everything outside and then live under the awning. So that's why I want to stay out here, show you this first, because this is really what this layout is about. The side benefit to this big rear kitchen is you get a massive bathroom in a shorter trailer, which a lot of people, if they're downsizing, really appreciate. It's hard to find a good large bathroom in a smaller trailer. So this one does have the ladder on the back. Typically we always order them with a ladder. So you've got that there. The little window in the back is right in the bathroom, so very handy. Has a screen, so you can keep that open for ventilation. And then you've got a pre-wire for a backup camera in the future, should you ever want to. Got our spare tire in the back. And then all our hookups are very conveniently located here in the back corner. So our black and gray, our power hookup, our city water. We do have a black tank flush on here, which is great. So that's to clean out the black sensors. We've got our hookup for cable and satellite, and you do have a full outside shower, which is fantastic. Again, our slide out comes out here, full 3.5 feet. What is unique with this one is it was really the first layout that Freedom Express developed that was truly road friendly. So this particular unit, as we head inside, you'll see that where the dinette is on that slide out, if that was in, the only thing that's going to be blocked on the road is the television. You could still turn on the stereo if you wanted to. So you really don't lose anything there. Nice thing too is this particular table on the dinette is movable. So it can come into the center of the room if you want to play cards with people. It can go outside, which oftentimes it does with our owners, and becomes our primary dining table. So a really, really handy feature. And then the whole unit dinette there is a queen length bed. So it's a great extra bed for adults or kids. You've got 3 windows that all open in there with screens as well as lights. And then it's full storage. So 2 doors in the middle, and then you've got a sliding door in the center behind the table, which you can move. So you've got a lot of storage in there as well. So the great thing here on the road is you can see, easy to access the kitchen, get to your fridge, get to the bathroom, and get to the bedroom. So all the things typically people want to be able to access on the road. If you want to just pull into a parking lot or a truck stop and sleep for 5-6 hours, keep going, you can do on this model. And it does set up well to have a couple guests. This is a couch that can form a secondary bed. So you've got 2 additional beds, so a great grandparents unit too if you've got grandkids that come every once in a while. But in the middle, you've got a great big room here. So it's also very popular with owners of mid-size to larger dogs. Kind of perfect layout for them as well. And because it also sets up so well to be outside so often with the dogs too. Again, it's just a great, great couples unit that's highly towable. As we come in, we've got vents for heating here. So it is a ducted forced furnace. We've got ducted air conditioning here in the center. Everything is working beautifully, and everything gets recertified, especially the propane system, before you would receive it. We've got cross ventilation here in our bedroom. So we've got an emergency exit window on one side. Our big window we saw from the front, big windshield. You have blackout shades on all 3 windows. And I will point out, as part of our reconditioning program, brand new mattress. And it is a much better mattress than Freedom Express ever put in standard. It's probably 2 to 3 times thicker, so it's going to be quite a comfortable sleep here, especially if you've got a bit of a bad back or those types of things. You don't have to add anything more to it. We've got lots of storage around the bed. So you've got hanging storage on both sides, and then lots of deep storage up top. There is about a 50-50 split here between outside storage and then inside storage, so you can use that for your bedding, towels, all that kind of stuff. So you've got a good 3 feet of storage that's about 3 feet deep as well. We do have a TV set up in here, so the previous owners did set it up in case they ever wanted to add a TV. They didn't, but you have the mount, and there is all the hookups here in the corner. So it is ready for a TV if you have a spare one at home. Nice thing here, the owners had previously put on vent covers on the 2 vents available in this unit, so one in the bedroom and one in the bathroom, so there's really nothing to add. Again, all the kind of most common things our owners are adding is already here. We've got the privacy door here, so again, if you have guests, you've got privacy. Or if someone wants to have a quick nap, or someone maybe relaxes, reads a book, watches a movie, again, you've got that separation. Great little louvered window here, so you can leave that one open, you know, just a crack so you can get some ventilation through, even if it's in storage. Nice deep divided sink here, which people love. So you've got kind of one side you could wash in, one side you could leave and dry things in. Lots of storage below, so all your cutlery can go in here. This is actually a removable tray as well. And then you've got great pots and pan storage. You have a little oven. You've got a 3-burner stove. Full microwave here with lots of dish room above as well. I always love this little LED strip light, so very, very bright. Great one at night if you don't necessarily want to have all the lights on. This particular one at the time, they didn't offer things like the 12-volt fridge, but what we did is we always brought in, where we could, the largest propane fridge. So this has an upgraded fridge, so it has the 8 cubic foot fridge, so it's got a nice size, so bigger than I have in a large motorhome of the time. So a nice big freezer as well, again very clean. Couple who certainly took care of things, which we appreciate. And the nice thing too is we saw it regularly for maintenance. They did do things like condition their roof, which we'll be doing as well, but they did that each year. So again, they listened to the advice we gave them in the orientation, which you would also get a couple hours with one of our technicians, and then they put those ideas into practice. So that is why this unit looks so good, and it is in such good shape. We've got a full TV here. It will swivel. All the remotes are here as well. We've got a stereo with a remote as well. Great little pantry here. So again, great spots to store things. As we head into the bathroom, I mentioned the large bathroom on the back side of our kitchen. You've got a huge depth of storage above that kitchen. Great big window to let in some light. Skylight here as well to help if you're a bit taller, bring in some light again. And then we've got lots of storage in our vanity and our medicine cabinet, and even some hanging storage behind the toilet as well. But again, you'll see the depth here. Again, another good spot if you want to keep the spare towels, extra clothing, you know, maybe some rain gear, especially if you're on a longer journey. You really appreciate that. Or if you hit Costco and just need even more storage for your pantry, you can definitely use there. I love the fact that they put the 2 doors as well underneath the coat of the couch there. So you've got, again, some nice slide-in storage for maybe some drink trays, things like that. The center here will fold up when you want to make a bed. And then you do have built-in USBs here as well. So great little charging station too, for just sitting and relaxing. You've got another emergency exit window here. Because this is a bed area, they do put another one. Again, it's nice because on a day like today, you can just louver that open. Even if there was a light rain, you're not going to end up with anything inside the coach. So just a wonderful road-friendly layout, the 248 RBS. This is a 2020. Unfortunately, not to be with us long, that's guaranteed. We are now in June, and this is the type of unit that people are always looking for in great shape, and this is that. So certainly don't delay. If it's something you have an interest in, it will not last. We're happy to let you know if it's still available. And any questions, certainly there's no bad questions, guys, feel free to reach out. And certainly come have a look at this wonderful 2020 248 RBS, bought and sold here at Primo RV Center. We're happy to help.